Hello and welcome to the Tarkis Zone. Thank you for joining me. Well, I just want to do a quick video here in Black Desert Online. I haven't done one in a while. It's been a couple months, and the reason for that is it's springtime in Vermont, and after being cooped up in the house for the winter, I kind of tend to want to get outside and do some springtime activities. So here I've been just sitting AFK really in this game the last couple months. And that's what brings me to two topics I want to talk about in this game. One being I've got a new guild, and the reason why that is the guilds that I have joined in the past have been PvE or life skills slash PvP. And what happens is it kind of migrate to the PvP area of what they want to do, and they kind of push the life skillers out, which is not a bad thing. I mean, that happens because you only get so many people in your membership list. I think it's 100 cap, so you only can have 100 people in your guild. So if there's somebody in your guild that's just running around AFK all the time, that person's not helping you with guild wars. So they kind of kicked me out, which they were nice about. They sent me a note on Discord and whatnot and said, look, we really kind of need your spot, which I had told them right off the bat, go ahead and kick me whenever. So with that said, I found this new guild that I'm in, and I've been in this guild a couple weeks now, and it's a very smaller type guild. They're a life skill guild, and their membership is 22 right now, and that's fine because most of the people in this guild do the guild missions, they do the life skills, they do the guild bosses, they do the scroll bosses. They kind of just are in that area of the game where they're kind of really doing the PvE portions of the game. Now, they have talked about no wars, and I don't think they're going to really aggressively get in there until they get their membership up. Like I said, the evolution of guilds that I found in this game is they start off like this, life skill. And then when they find how enjoyable Node Wars is they kind of move into that, Node Wars kind of feel, and they kind of leave the life skillers behind, which is okay. I mean, the game is what it is. There's always newer guilds. I've been in 5 guilds now, and all the guilds before me, before now, have either dissolved, they merged with another guild, or they said, Tarkis, we love you, but we need your spot for a guy that's got a ultimate gear score number, and that's fine. Whatever. So I do want to tell you that there's plenty of guilds in this game that you'll probably find a place for, and they might evolve into something that you don't want to do, and you might have to find another one. That's the nature of this game. Now, as for Privateer Guild that I'm in now, is they do have a Discord channel. They're very friendly people, and they seem to do the life skill stuff, and the quests, and all that neat stuff outside of PvP. All right. Well, the other topic that I wanted to talk about is pay to win in this game. And I don't need this to be a rant in the comment section if you agree with me or not. But I do want to say this, that you can play this game without spending a dime on it, or outside of the box set. Obviously, you got to pay for the game, and outside of that, you shouldn't have to spend anything, because I didn't. I didn't spend anything. Well, I bought the box set. Okay, and it was a digital box set with the pre-access and whatever. I think that was like $100, whatever that was. And then I bought the ghillie suit because I wanted the gathering, because I knew I was going to do a lot of gathering. So as for money, real American dollars, that's all I ever spent for this game. I have spent the last year kind of just puttering around doing what I thought was fun. Well, look at my numbers. I'm number 2 in wealth in this channel, and when I jump from one channel to another channel, I'm either number 1 or I drop down to number 3 sometimes. But other than that, between 1 and 3, I'm up there. You're going to ask me how I did that. Well, I got a whole bunch of videos on my YouTube channel that kind of explains how I got a lot of wealth in this game. And the fact being is I haven't really played this game for the last 2 months. I have been in the game. I have been AFK fishing or processing or making beer, but I don't really aggressively play the game for the last 2 months, and still I've got a lot of money. And you can make the argument that, if that guy can spend $800 in the game, he's going to be better than me. Well, the reality is going to be better against you for a short period of time until you catch up to him, because this game has caps. You know what I mean? It's got caps. You only can have a certain amount of X, Y, and Z, and it caps you. So yeah, that person's going to spend his $800, and he's going to own your butt for maybe a couple months, and then you're going to catch up to him, and then it's going to be even Steven. So I think the reality of this game is, yeah, it's got a little pay to win to kind of win sooner, but people can catch up to you if they know what they're doing in this game, if they use their wits to accumulate wealth in this game. And when you're asking yourself, is what kind of wealth are we talking about, Tarkis? Well, I'm going to go to my warehouse here, and you're going to see, and this is just my Heidel warehouse. I've got money and items scattered all over this world. I've got 12 other characters that I've got their entire inventory loaded with stuff. So, when you're asking yourself, well, I ran out of storage space, where am I going to put my crap? Well, just log into one of your characters and move that stuff to that character's inventory and then log out. And that each one of your alt characters is a warehouse for you. So these numbers that you see here are not even totaled of what I actually own in this game. So look at it this way: I got almost 4.5 billion gold, or silver in this game, sorry, and almost 6 billion in assets just in this bank. So if you know what you're doing, and you feel that you can wait, then just do that. Just kind of make whatever wealth you can until you see that item on the auction house that you want. And then some people will make an argument to say, look, Tarkis, you can't buy everything in this game because it's not available. Well, early on that was true. I would say about 6 months ago, it was hard to buy Uber stuff, you know what I mean? But now you're seeing it more and more available on the auction house. You see stuff that come up, and it's not like everybody's buying it, because not everyone's got a billion silver. So what happens is the stuff goes up. I look at it, I'm like, well, one day I'll own that, and and I move. And some of that stuff that would make my character Uber in PvP, I could easily buy it. I was looking at stuff just yesterday. I could replace 4 items in my inventory for best in slot items that I was looking at, and I would have paid almost 2 billion for that, and I would be fully PvP'd out, is in my opinion. And the reality is that's true now. You can do that. I mean, back when those items weren't readily available on the auction house or the marketplace, it was harder because you had to do the pre-buy, or you had to almost kind of snipe it and wait. And now items are becoming readily available. So if you're just getting into this game, you can compete. If you know how to make silver in this game, and if you look at any one of my videos that I've made in the past, just go through my YouTube library. There's some things that you can do in this game that can make sick money, sick silver, making a lot of silver, and you don't really have to be at your keyboard all that often. I've proved that in the last 2 months. I have not really played this game. It's been minimized in the corner. Every once in a while I'll maximize it. I'm like, oh, I'm just standing there doing absolutely nothing. Why don't I do this for a little while? And here I am still number 2 in wealth for this channel. Now you're asking yourself, well, Tarkis, you have all that money because you don't have any Uber gear. Well, I got some okay gear. I mean, it's not Uber, but again, I was on the auction house or the marketplace there yesterday looking at stuff because I'm thinking of upgrading my gear, and I could pretty much trick it right out. I just need to get somebody to talk to me about Valkyries, because what the problem I've got and the hesitation I've got in buying the gear that I want is, how does Awakening change how my character plays? So I'm in the process of doing my Awakening quests. I'm almost got those done, and I believe I get some sort of lance weapon when I get that done. Now, I've been away for 2 months, so I don't really know how that changes the mechanics of my my character, or if I even can use a shield anymore. Because that was the other thing I was going to buy yesterday, was the best shield in slot for this character, and it was, I think it was like 1 billion silver, and I was going to pull the trigger on it yesterday, and I said to myself, well, if I get that lance, will I be able to use the shield? So those are I might sound like a noob here, but again, I don't know the answers, and I was going to get on to the guild later today and ask them before I pull a trigger on a shield. I just wanted to make sure that I would be able to use it long term if I have to migrate to the lance, because that becomes my awakening weapon. Well, again, I don't want to really discourage anybody from playing this game, thinking that, oh geez, this guy is blowing smoke and saying that anybody can make all the money in the world without paying to win. Well, the reality is that, the slow turtle wins the race. That's the way I look at it. Is, the hare in the turtle race there, the guy was really fast, but the turtle ended up beating him because he was slow and steady. That's kind of how I play this game. And if you're willing to put 3-4 months into just doing some of the stuff that I've done in this game to make money, you'll be able to have passive income coming in while you're out grinding mobs. So if you're out with the guys at night grinding mobs to get levels, you can still have passive income. So you get all the money, all the silver you're going to get from the mobs, and you're going to get all the silver that you're going to be bringing in for the passive income that your workers are creating, that you've got your shops making. And again, okay, so you see I've changed in value now. I'm number 1 on this server now. So the guy either spent some money, the people that were ahead of me either spent some money or they went to another channel. So you can see how the values change now. See, I'm number 1, number 3, number 1. And I'm pretty good. I think I'm in the top 10 for cooking and top 10 for other things. It's just that these are the ones that I'm in the top 5 for. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time and watching this video. I will be doing some more detailed content about playing some PvP, because I am at this point thinking I'm going to drop a lot of my silver into items, and so that I can just have an Uber guy running around and don't have to worry about it, and then I'll just start making the money again. All right, well, thank you for joining me. This has been the Tarkis Zone.